Username accepted.
Hello everybody, welcome to Not Near Mint, where every day is Christmas because we get to go to the comic book shop. I have a bit of a new setup here today, as you can see over here next to me. Ordered an arm that should be coming in tomorrow. Would have been nice had it have shown up today, but I will work with what I have. I would like to thank anybody that is new. If this is your first time, welcome. My name is Rob Wurst. I wind up buying a lot of comic books every Wednesday just so I could show them to you. Hopefully you can make some decisions, whether they be wise, whether they be lizard brain, whether they be, hey, that's a pretty looking cover. So I have a couple segments, designed a few new titles. As you see, finally, I have a new thumbnail. I will try and incorporate that every single week, but let's jump to the chat room and say hi to some of the people that decided to show up today. I know that there's some auctions. I know other people have some videos that are going live today, but I want to thank you. Jumping out to the chat room, let's see here. We have Perry Comics. Hey! Lady Fantastic. Good to see you as always. I'm glad for you to be here. Life with two YouTubers. I love seeing you. Sharon, thank you so much for coming. So, flowers. For me, you shouldn't have. But you're not here to hear me prattle along, and we're already about possibly a minute in, haven't been keeping track. So here is the first title screen. Ready, everybody? What's in the briefcase? You all have come to know that I am a court reporter that comes and does jobs all over Miami on a daily basis, so I need to protect my books, and there's a lot of them. So I have some books over here to the side. I'll jump over to the other camera. And over here I have some signed books from Mr. J. Scott Campbell. The result of that is because earlier this week on Twitter you had somebody decide to go and knock him for his artwork while using a piece of his own art as their avatar. I like criticism. It's okay, but perhaps irony is even better when you're knocking somebody and you're using their own art. It's a long story. Go and check out J. Scott Campbell on Twitter. He wound up signing these for me way back in 2004. And to be honest, the reason why I have them up here is because I need to be able to focus the camera. So after I get these two out of the way, how about we jump on over and see what's inside the briefcase. And then we'll focus on the books. So it was a bit of a heavy week, and I have one more book somewhere around here that also came out this week because it's Harleen. I have no idea where I put that book right now. I know I put it down. Oh, it's on the other side of the couch. I might get up to get it later. We'll see. But first, let us see what all is inside here. It was heavy, and of course, I never cut my pull list. I should be doing that. I don't know if any of you are cutting your pull list. Let me know in the comments down below. So we have a nice grouping of some independents, some Marvel, and DC. I'll present the DC last since we have Harleen. And little side note, I actually read some of these today. Yes, it was a bit of a slow day at work, so in a parking lot in Miami, with hobos watching me and asking for some change, where I try and give them some. They ask for cigarettes. I don't smoke. I vape. It's probably not good for you. I should probably quit, but that's neither here nor there. So let's jump on over to the full screen camera. Yes, I am quite a bit intense in my Wednesday hauls. But before I start showing you these books, let me grab that last Harlequin book, because I did read it, and in fact, it was really, really good. I don't normally read Harlequin on a regular basis. I like Frank Thierry's writing and all, but it's just usually not my thing 100% of the time. So we'll slide that to the back here, and we'll go one by one. See in the background over here, The little inspiration for some of my YouTube, Silver Age Dave was the very first YouTuber I wound up seeing, and as a result, I wound up building all of this. If you wind up seeing, actually, let me just jump over here. Full screen. So when you see comic books on the side here, I'll even jump on over this side. So I have another camera, as you can see clearly. When you see all these comics on the outside of their boxes, the result of that is because of watching Comic Book Tom, or Comic Tom 101. Hi, Comic Tom, you said DM you, I DM'd you. Hope to see you one day. You are my inspiration. Thank you. Back to the books. I know I'm talking a lot. This is what Colada, Cuban coffee, does in Miami. Definitely recommend it if you need to stay awake. Jumping back over here, let's see the full screen. Back to Angel. The next book up is Fight Club issue number 3. I have not read one issue of the Fight Club series from part 3. The Fight Club 2 was middling at best, I'd hate to say, and I'm a big fan of Chuck Palahniuk. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, and I love Cameron Stewart. He is the person that was responsible for the redesign of Batwoman, or Batgirl's outfit, to looking a little bit more police-like. Got Mall issue 2, not The Mall. This is Mall from Vault Comics. This is more or less zombies in a mall. Still have to read it. Safe Sex number 1. Okay, I read this and I actually really appreciated it. It seemed like a good cross between Handmaid's Tale as well as Franz Kafka's The Trial. It's a bit more highbrow for a sex book. I haven't been reading Faithless, but I have a feeling that if you have been reading Faithless, you'll probably get into it. So moving on to the next book, let's jump on over here. This is recommended. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 98. And I don't talk about Fight Club except for you guys. You're part of my Fight Club. Right, Life with YouTubers? All right, now, Miles Morales issue number 2 is one of those books that didn't need to be made. So, Miles Morales issue number 2. Don't buy this. I'll give you the quick and lowdown. So what happens in this book, Miles fights against being taken over by the symbiote. And then, oh wait, there's no and then. That's actually it. That's the whole story. Price tag of $3.99. Artwork's good. Stories, there's no story. Skip it. Just keep buying Miles Morales in issue number 11. Moving on over back to the phone. Here's another issue that it started out good. I mean, we're now finally starting to see the scuzzy guy with all the bugs. Might be a girl. I'm starting to wonder if it's Gwen Stacy back from the dead. I don't know. But the story could have been much shorter and they could have expanded much more. But again, let's say this. Oh my God, why are they now on issue 30 and they still haven't gotten to the scuzzy demon person yet? Issue 31 probably isn't going to have it. I don't even know their name anymore. I kind of stopped caring. And Nick Spencer, please speed it up. I'm liking all the other Spider titles a lot more than this one. Moving on with the rest. Let's just jump to the full screen. All right, issue number 24 of Avengers. I was about to read this, and that's when I realized 2 hours of prep time doing this show is not nearly enough. But I will be reading it. I've liked the story, and I think that the Blade part is the best. I wish She-Hulk would go back to being fun She-Hulk, because not being able to articulate her thoughts and emotions, not fun. Captain America, it's really behind. I am not up to date with Captain America. Pretty looking cover, though. Fearless number 3. This is all females in the book. I guess they're still dealing with the X-Babies. I haven't read it yet, but it will be read probably by tomorrow night. Spider issue number 9. Now we have a reintroduction of the EXE universe that was introduced back in the What If series. So we'll just keep trucking along because I haven't read it yet. There's another one I haven't read yet, but I'm a big fan of Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel, and we even have the original Captain Marvel. Yeah, some of you might remember him if you're like my age or older. And by the way, I'm like really old. I'm like almost, no, I'm 40. Oh. Next up is New Mutants #1. This is the one-shot by Bill Sienkiewicz along with Chris Claremont. Now, Chris Claremont is one of those weird beasts that you have in this day and era. He's paid by Marvel Comics to not make comics. And then he comes out with this comic, and if you're a fan of New Mutants, you might like it. If you don't read New Mutants, this is a $4.99 filler issue. So look at it well. It's pretty. You don't need to buy it. This is me just informing you. All this is about is Warlock going on the fritz and other people being taken over, and all at the end they find out they're a family. It's filler. It's not even very fun filler. I'm sorry, Chris Claremont. I love you, but not that issue. Let's move back on to the next issue. Here we go. Powers of X, issue number 5 of 6. I believe this is 9 out of the 12 issues. So we're approaching the end here. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, especially after we found out that gold balls in the last issue is those balls are eggs. In this issue, we find out a little bit more about how Cerebro works. It's what goes on behind the scenes that matters. John Hickman, I love you, man. Keep on writing them. Next we have Strike Force, issue number 1. I am still uncertain as to whether or not this is still part of the War of the Gods or the War of the Hammers or the War of the Thor. It went on so long, those titles were pointless, and I don't know about this, so I can't speak about it, and I don't want to judge it if I have not read it. But it's a pretty cover, and we got Blade, and we have the Winter Soldier, Spider-Woman. Let me know in the comments. Punisher Kill Crew. Haven't read the first issue. Probably won't read this. Jerry Dugan. Maybe once I get to issue 6. We'll see. Anybody reading this? Let me know. Yeah, Leo. Perhaps his name should be named instead of Gold Balls, Gold Eggs. But then you don't have the humor anymore. The humor's gone. And we like the humor. Superior Spider-Man number 11. I'm hearing this is probably going to be coming to an end shortly, which is unfortunate because I really have been digging the Superior Spider-Man in Doc Ock. I don't know if we're going to be continuing seeing his exploits under another book, or if perhaps we will be seeing like immortal, or rather irredeemable Doctor Doom. Yeah, he's a bad guy again, so probably Doctor Doom will too. Nothing changes in comics. If you don't like a writer, just wait 5 minutes. The next one will be able to walk it back. Brian Michael Bendis in Action Comics 1015. I got both covers because we remember the hype train that was Naomi. The first issue got all the way up to about $100, and I don't know if it's still around that or if it's come down that much. I have all the issues. I got them on day 1, but this cover, I keep hating to say the word. So, real quick, let's jump on over here and I'm going to tell you something. Not that one. That's the screen. Okay. So last week on Friday, I was on The Boy Who Had 7, and I lost to a Silver Surfer book, and I'm going to wind up getting that Silver Surfer book. But when it comes to Brian Michael Bendis, and on this one here, I don't know if I'll be continuing on with Brian Michael Bendis. It's painful to read. It really is. I knew I was going to say something, but I've been awake since about 3 o'clock in the morning, so I lose thoughts. It happens. When I have more time, you'll get better content. So going back over to the books. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, getting both of these. I liked Naomi. The series was good itself, but this series, Action Comics, the Leviathan story, I could take it or leave it. Yeah, I did lose to 84. I beat Bake. I will never say that again, but I dethroned him. I can't believe it happened. And then I got knocked down by a Silver Surfer. I am so grateful for that opportunity, though. I thank everybody that watched that night, and I hope some of you are showing up here today. Bake, no hard feelings. I will buy something from you. I promise next time I'm in Key West and coming back to see you. All right, so we have Batman Curse of the White Knight, and I look at the title and I'm thinking, White Rabbit. I don't know why. Batgirl issue 39, and here I did the same thing with Action Comics. I bought 2 copies. Not the variant cover, because at this point, because of Josh Middleton and the art germ, everyone was buying the variant covers. I think that because Perry, he did a video earlier this week, and he told me about this other cover. That cover looks a little improper, would you say? I mean, if you would have had any other character other than this, I guess we'll call it a computer virus villain, if that was the Joker behind her, this cover would never have been released. I am expecting some kickback to this. I don't know what it'll be, but I picked it up at $3.99. What's the worst that can happen? I sell it. I'll get a chance to read it this weekend. I'm a huge Batgirl fan. Love Babs. Issue 2, haven't read this one yet, but this is the first appearance of the Shazam Who Laughs. Also, towards the end of the story, we have a Superman Who Laughs, and we have dilution of property. So if you like Batman Who Laughs, maybe you should sell that Teen Titans 12, because they are having everybody who laughs. And if everybody's laughing, well, Batman Who Laughs isn't that special. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Detective Comics issue 1012 by Peter Tomasi, Doug Mankey. Love the art, love the writing, love Pete Tomasi. I am a little uncertain as to how James Tynion IV will be taking over Batman. I don't know if I'll be staying on the title or jumping off, but I have every issue of Batman since the early 70s, so I'll probably continue on with that too, because I am a masochist, apparently. I always thought I was a sadist. Apparently in comics I'm a masochist. Flash 79. If you watched me last week, you know for a fact I haven't read a single issue of Flash. I have 79 issues of Flash. I've only read the ones with the button. One of these days, if I get injured or go to the hospital, I'll get a chance to read again. But until then, Wonder Woman 79, G. Willow Wilson is wrapping up her run. Haven't read it yet. Kind of middling on whether or not I'll finish out her run reading it, or just collect it and throw it in a box. Sell it. Now, this is probably my favorite issue of the week. Go figure. This has Dr. Right, let me take this away from here and jump to the full screen. You don't need to see that or that. I'll figure out these cameras. So Harleen. Rod the Rican likes doing his Rican scale, so why don't I do the worst scale? My name's Rob Worst. There's a reason that I only can do court reporting, because no one will buy a car from someone who will rob you in the worst way. So, Harleen. We get a nice, detailed, artistic storyline with a psychological backdrop where you get to discover that Harleen is a 30-year-old single woman, no boyfriend, no girlfriend. One Joker points a gun right at her, doesn't shoot her, walks away. It changes her life forever. In this entire first issue, no spoilers, you do not get to see Harley in her outfit once. It's very reminiscent of Ultimate Spider-Man. And if we remember Ultimate Spider-Man, back when Brian Michael Bendis was just a noir writer doing Goldfish and Jinx, even Sam and Twitch, that when he was given that opportunity to do the book, it blew up. It made Spider-Man go from back during a time when no one was reading it anymore due to clones to, well, the powerhouse we know it today. Around that same time, you had J. Michael Straczynski was writing ASM, and that was, this issue. So if I ever have some issues on screen, there's probably a reason. Everything ties back. So I do have a feeling that this is going to reinvigorate a lot of people that weren't reading Harley before. Do read this. I give this a 9 out of 10 in the story department. Art department, 8.5 out of 10. Everything moved very well. I will definitely be looking forward to the second issue of this. So here I have the next part of my video. I did make a couple more title screens, but first, how about we jump on over to the chat room and see what's going on? Tired of who laughs stuff? Yeah, Leo, we're getting a little sick and tired. Anytime a company finds a property they like to milk that for all it's worth until there's nothing left but a husk of what you used to like and used to buy, but now have stacks and stacks of crap you don't read. Why? Just put out one book that's good. And if that's good, keep doing that. Don't go, we have Uncanny X-Men, now we have X-Men. Let's have X-Men Red, X-Men Gold, X-Men Black, X-Men Blue. Well, let's cancel all that and start it over again. Let's cancel that too. And you see what I mean? It's just too much. Rather, if you dilute the product, no one's going to care as much. If you keep it to its core, you'll have us with you. This is just my opinion. I could be wrong. Yeah, so I have a bad taste in my mouth from Tomasi since Arkham Knight says superpower review. Arkham Knight, I get it with that. But if you were reading the Super Sons was a great story. It's unfortunate that Brian Michael Bendis aged up little Jonathan Kent. He does have some moments that are really good. Like from Action Comics today, you had a scene when Naomi was asking Batman, because Batman says, I lost my parents. And she goes, I lost mine too. Does it ever stop? He goes, no. And you see a pan over to Superman's face. And he's wondering what's going on here. And she responds, good. And Batman, it's rare when you ever see this, just a hint of a smile. I think Batman is kind of like a Naomi. We might wind up having her join the Teen Titans. Or maybe even the Justice League. I mean, we kind of need some shaking up here. Following along with the Justice League of Doom stuff. Not bad, but I could use a little bit more. Maybe some more new stuff. Jumping on over to Lady Fantastic Life with two YouTubers, just messages. Okay, that's in between with all of y'all. Love that Flash cover. Pete Tomasi been killing it since Detective Comics 992. Yes, I got to start reading Detective after about issue 1000. So here's the next segment we're going to be doing, and it's called Shoutouts. So earlier this week, I got to see Lady Fantastic, Caroline. We all know her. I believe she's in the chat room. I'm going to show you a video of hers today. So I'm going to jump on over here and let you see my screen. Now this is my, I don't know, desktop. One of these should work. Oh boy, did I delete it? I might have deleted it. That sounds like something I would do. Alright, so we'll show you the full screen.
It's alternate universe. Anyways, yeah. Universe X special, Spidey. So yeah.
So Lady Fantastic was going through a bargain bin box at 50 cents. and pulled out Spidey Universe X Special number 1.
Yeah, it's like a one shot. I can't believe I found that in a 50-cent bin. What?
And as you can see, this comes in at 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Wow. Does anybody have any idea what she found? So what she found, I'm going to jump on over back here to Key Collector, and we're just going to look this up and see what that is. Universe X Spidey. And we'll let you see my desktop here. So back over here to this, and you're also seeing my screen on the side. So as I'm typing this in, Universe X Spidey. And yes, now with Key Collector app, you are able to search. Oh wow, everything takes forever, and everything is an effort. Now, if this takes too long, obviously I'm not going to stick in here. Universe X Spidey. So what Lady Fantastic found was a $150 book, a recall issue, that was in a 50-cent bin. So what I would really like to tell you all is, why is this so hard? Look in your dollar boxes. Look in your 50-cent boxes. It is worth it, because if you wind up passing over a Universe X Spidey number 1 because you just didn't know, oh my God, you're going to be kicking yourself when you get home and go, looking through the Key Collector. I'm sorry for the scream there. Luckily, I wasn't near the microphone. Yes, you'll be kicking yourself, because at $150, whether she likes that issue or not, doesn't matter. Now, she has trading power. She can sell that to buy other things that she wants. I know that she's been looking for a early Uncanny X-Men, say 94 through early 130s. So if anybody's out there and you are looking for that Universe Spidey X and want to trade, go look up Lady Fantastic if you haven't already. So coming back out to the shoutouts. All right, here's another person I wound up seeing, and his name is J. Hood Creative. We're going to go back to the desktop, and this man, he has put in a lot of time, a lot of effort. He's only put in 1 video so far, but as of now, there's 98 views at 21 minutes, 30 seconds. And what is the first video about? We're just going to jump to, let's see the first couple seconds, and I'm going to let that play for you. That's right. He winds up going through and showcasing all of the YouTubers. He goes through one by one and almost thanks them all. How cool is this? If you're going to be doing a first video, also, there's my name. So again, thank you for that, J Hood Creative. I think if you have not taken a look and seen his videos, do subscribe. When I'm done with this, I will put his link in the description so you can go and check out his channel. Now, there's one other person I want you to check out. And again, when it comes to YouTube and doing these videos, I like promoting other people. I like when other people promote other people, because it shows that we care. We love this industry. That's why we expend all this money for the stuff that's behind me. And what you have, and your slabs, and your books, and your boxes, and your collection. So, now I'm going to go right back over here to the shoutouts, and we're going to go to last person I want to show you today. His name is Jerk Comics. Now, this guy has been doing videos, and he's been doing them for a while. I will tell you that. So let's take a look at the desktop. What I want to show you more than anything is, Look at this guy's banner work. He puts in the time. Now, some you can see he spent a little more time than others, but you're going to notice something else when you look at his videos. He puts out almost one a day, sometimes more. He is very prolific. He's been learning after Adobe Premiere, and he's pretty good at this. The first one I wound up seeing was this one on Jim Steranko and his logos.
Might have not. Some people haven't. I mean, a lot of people haven't. Uncanny X-Men. And Uncanny X-Men was this little story. No, but seriously. So, like, X-Men was like, it was going the way of the dinosaur.
And it was.
There were a few people who thought, with a lot of work, maybe we can actually get this title to work. Man, I should start writing scripts. Anyway.
Don't feel bad, man. I am very much the same way. I can't even get my OBS to work 100% the way that I'd like to. But that's neither here nor there. I even deleted one of these screens before going live. Nothing's ever perfect. We don't really care, or at least I don't, about perfection. I would like a bit more accuracy. I can't be completely accurate 100% of the time. Sometimes I'm talking a little bit too fast. I realize that. I mean, look, we're already about 32 minutes into this video, which I will be trying to chop up this weekend, just like how Comic Tom does after he does his Sunday shows, and try and have some separate videos just to at least look like I have more content. I mean, I'm just like all the rest of you. There is no difference between me and any other YouTuber out there. I am just an asshole on the internet. So is everybody. It doesn't matter who they are. If you're seeing someone's picture on the internet, they're just an asshole on the internet. We're just people. We make mistakes. It's okay. I'll admit it. I make mistakes often. So I would rather watch somebody that's enthusiastic about comics, a bit knowledgeable, like what they're talking about, and I like the prolificness of some people. Lady Fantastic's one of these people, Jerk Comics is one of these people, and I would like to become one of these people. I don't see that happening in the next month or so, because I like these books, and they cost money, so I keep taking the jobs in Key West and wherever. As long as the pay is adequate, I will drive out there so I can afford getting, well, it's on my phone now, that Incredible Hulk 181, which perhaps I will get a chance to get next year. So here's the next section I'm going to have. It is The Hunt. Now that book that you're seeing on this screen, that is the goal I am looking for. Hopefully by next year it is a Hulk 181 with a Marvel value stamp, at least in a 5 to an 8. I don't know how much I'll spend on it because prices change so often. So speaking of that, well, this is what we're talking about today. And I'm going to have to grab the comic over there, but I need to eat my words from last week. So last week, I was telling you about Nepotism Spider-Man, the one that was written by J.J. Abrams' son. It was good. I'm surprised. Yes, Peter Parker left his kid. That's crappy. If there's anybody out there that has been raised in a single-family household, an orphan, you probably hate that storyline. Give it to the second issue. Right now we're seeing Spider-Man at his lowest after he's lost everything. I don't know how this is going to go. It might crap the bed. But a book that has been spiking, and we're going to go back to the desktop so you can see here. These are the top 10 comics from last week, and this book, Spider-Girl issue 59, that is everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're looking at that list or this list, because $49, $56.95. You can't look at that if you're trying to determine a price. So if you're going to look for this, how would you do that? Let's see. Sold. So one sold the other today, 41, 36, 52. Well, that was bid up. 35. This was picked up in a lot. Remember how I always say, if you want to get a book, buy it in a lot. If you can find something that goes in the middle of the night, you might save some money. Other people, they can probably get it for that buy it now of $17. And I paid about that. I picked this up just this past weekend, and I got that over at, let's see here. I got this over at Phil's Comics, that is in Margate, Florida. Take the Time Collectibles, that is Brian. If you get a chance to visit Broward County, Florida, do check out Phil's Comics. He usually has great prices. He prices accordingly to guide. So if you're seeing something at a VF, don't expect to be paying near mint prices. He drops that price. So you can afford more books. Bring cash. Bring cash everywhere. So as I'm showing you this book, I am glad for all these people that have been tuning in tonight. I don't know how much else I can really talk about tonight. I've been pretty good about this. So if you start hearing, I don't know, a little bit of techno as it starts in the background, like that, I'm wrapping up my show. And at 40 minutes long, I think we did pretty okay tonight. I wish I could have been a bit more articulate in my thoughts because my job only gives me so much time in the course of a day to get anything accomplished and done. And oh boy, playing anything off YouTube is just a chore when I'm playing anything. This is one of those you make mistakes when it's a live broadcast, so I'm used to it, be used to it. It happens. So let's jump back over to the chat room and finish it out for the night. And we're going to leave it up to you guys. See what you want to talk about for the last couple minutes. So, 2nd Street Marvel has been lurking. It's good to see it. Well, I watched your YouTube video earlier this week. Man, can you talk. 3 hours you went. And then you're in other people's chat rooms. I like you. You're prolific. I want to be a little bit more like that. Maybe I can do some videos with some people over on weekends during the week. I can't jump on StreamYard. Wish I could, but until then, I'm going to be doing that on Saturdays. Back over to the chat room. Leo Marquez, thank you very much. You say it's a great show. Not yet. We'll get there. Perry Comics, thanks. Thanks for being here, man. Let's go on here. Oh, it's the shredding guy. Life with YouTubers, he's on him. Alright, we're not going to joke about other people here. What's his channel name again? Jerk Comics. Also, J Hood Creative. Look them up. Take a look back in the video earlier. I will put that in the bio. Jumping back over here, Lady Fantastic. I've got the other books to waste my money on. No way I'll ever waste my money on Spider-Girl 59. Good job. Don't. I'll probably sell this too, but I kind of have an idea that this J.J. Abrams book might go for longer than 6 issues, and if we have another Spider-Girl-like universe, this might go up even more, and then I can negotiate this book to get what I want. Sometimes I'm not buying everything just because I want it. I buy it in as credit to use for things later on. Jumping back over to the chat room. Lady Fantastic, well done. Dorkery, message retracted. I'm kind of wondering what that was. Oh well. Just a Rican. Hey, Rod the Weekend. I'm glad I was in your chat room on Friday after losing spectacularly to pulling out a Silver Surfer 81 to go against a Silver Surfer 4. What is wrong with me? I'm on the path. I'm trying. So, oh man, dang, sorry. Hey, Lady Fantastic. If I've given you any kind of value, if I've helped you, don't buy miniseries while they're hot. Wait 6 months. Otherwise, hopefully next week, I'm going to be having some more tech on display. I will be chopping up these videos. In the meantime, I will play this out to Guy Barone's Bus Hill. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope I get to see y'all next week. Peace out. Read more comics. Like the video. Hit that notification bell and subscribe if you haven't. I'll see y'all in your chat rooms and your live broadcasts. Good night.